welcome back to the Street Shaman Podcast. I am your host, Shamanic Poe, aka Poe and the Rockstar. This is episode 58, and I'm here with Florida underground rapper Killa Yak. How you
What
feeling,
up,
my
though?
guy?
I'm good,
What's
man.
going
I'm
on, man? How
good.
you been? How you been?
I'm,
How you been, though?
I've been really good, man. Really great things happening lately. I'd like to appreciate you for having me on this. This is a milestone for me.
No doubt, no doubt. Thanks for coming through, man. Thanks for coming through. So you're from Florida, right? So what part of Florida are you from, and what's going on over there? Is it like, because I know Florida has been like the most rebellious as far as the everything that's going on in the world right now, right? So
Yeah. So,
how's it been for you, and where are you from exactly?
originally I'm from New York and Detroit. So,
Okay.
but I've been here since '99. So this is where I rep. This is where my career has always been. And the thing everybody talks about Florida man, but there's no one Florida man. Everybody a little different here. We all wild. And so I'm from St. Lucie County, which is South Florida, Fort Pierce and stuff like that. And it's a rough hood. It's a rough hood if you can't be an unknown and not know the way to move around here and come around and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know the hood a little bit, but it is
Right,
what it
right,
is,
right. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. So, and how long you been over there in Florida? How long you been over there? Because you said you came from Detroit and New York.
Yeah. So I was back and forth from there. I've been here straight since '99 now.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt. All right, so you probably seen a bunch of crazy shit because it said Florida man. You said Florida man, and Florida man is like it's a meme, but it's also supposed to be a guy that does wild shit, and they always like appoint Florida. Like, look at Florida. This is Florida man. He is the homestead of Florida. This is what Florida looks like. That guy right there, he's a fucking crazy person. Why do
Yeah,
you think
yeah.
they do that though? Do you think that people in Florida are crazy? Like
So
they are crazy, or what's up?
really what it comes from is here in Florida, we got the Sunshine Law, which means that all public criminal records are free to the public. So anything that happens here, they can put it out. So that's where it really comes from. I don't know if it's more wild here than anywhere else. It's just more exposed here. But that being said, it is pretty fucking wild. I mean, we got a level of crackhead unseen anywhere else in this country. We got, I mean, people on all types of drugs. I mean, if this ain't the getting high capital of the United States, I don't know what is.
Right, right, right. And a part of that, obviously, we got Miami. You got the Miami, which is like the cocaine, the
Yeah,
Molly, the ecstasy vibes over there.
we got
And then
West
you
Palm
have
Beach right by me.
right, you got areas that are big on pills too, right? Because a lot of people
We
are
had
big
the
on
pill
pills because
mills.
because
Yeah,
pills easy to get over there, right? Tell me
easy
about that over
peasy.
there.
So, I mean, man, this is really hitting home personally for me too. So back in the early 2000s, all them pill mills sprang up, and so like, man, you was getting them oxycodone pills, the 30 milligrams for like $5 a piece out here. People were moving them up north, selling them for $1 a milligram, $30. So, man,
Right.
but everybody around here got hooked on that shit. So
Mm-hmm.
then, as the pill prices went up and up and up and up, the heroin prices went down and down and down. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody switched from that to the heroin. Then they put the fentanyl on the
Oh
heroin,
shit.
and it was over.
Oh shit. That's fucked up. And I mean, because I've been a part of that. Like, I definitely did my share of pills. I did Percocets. I did Vicodins.
I've
I
been
used to
clean.
get
I've been clean 3 years now.
on
From
the pills.
on heroin and all that, all the opiates. I've been off of that shit for 3 years. So
That's
I'm in
what's
a
up,
group
man.
HTFO, and the other person in it, Finesse, he was clean off of it with me too. Well, he fell off the wagon, got fucked up, but now he back. He in rehab right now. He doing good and all that. So I mean, shout out to Finesse, man. I'm proud of that, man. It's hard
Right.
to do the first time, but to come back and be able to do it again, you know,
No
I,
doubt, no doubt. Because I understand that shit. Like, it took me to get out of where I was at completely, be in a different area, to not want to fuck with that shit. Because in Pennsylvania, where I was at, there's no future. Like, if you look around, as far as you can
same
see,
shit.
this way and that way, there's no future at all.
Same shit
You know
here.
what I mean?
And,
So,
and and it took me going to prison to get off it. I don't count those years. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Seducer, what up though? But yeah, it took me going to prison. I don't count those years. You know what I'm saying? The little 2 years I did. because you can't get it. But I came out with no sickness, no nothing like that, and I just stayed away.
Right. So what made you get into that shit though? I don't want to get too personal with you. I mean, obviously, unless you want me to, but
I mean, no, I mean it's all good shit. I'll talk about anything, but
down.
So like, I'll tell you, the first time I did a half of it, my homegirl Oksana broke me off a half, and I was fucked from there. Then my dad was dying of cancer, wasn't taking his pain pills and shit like that. But me and my brother were, and then when they ran out, then I had a producer at the time. He's actually my producer now too. Well. He literally got broken in half. He fell off a 2-story roof and landed on a parking block, and it split him in half.
Shit.
And they told him he would never walk again. But 3 months later, he walked out the hospital. But now he's got all these scripts, and he don't want to take that shit. So he's giving it to me for $5 a piece. I'm selling them for $12 a piece. So now everyone you came and bought off me, you bought me one, and I made $2. So like I didn't even count how many I did. Me and I was married at the time.
Not to cut you off, but that is a big part of it, right? Like once you get into it and you're in that type of culture of everybody's doing pills, everybody's on something, you're looking at it like, well, I could make money and I could take my 1 or 2, I could take my 3, 4, whatever, and be selling it and not lose on any money.
I'm taking everybody to my dealer, missing out on all this money, and you know what I'm saying? They see like, oh, let me put in that spot, but you don't make no damn money when it comes to the end of it, because you sell all of yours and then you just buy them all back for more expensive. You know what I'm saying? Because you're out now, you're sick now, you need it.
Right.
It's a whole big mess too, man. It's just a circular thing, and you're not going nowhere.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that fell victim. I had a very close friend of mine.
I got a song called Goodbye Fly.
I could even consider her a good friend and shit. And she passed away from starting off doing Vicodins and doing Percocets and shit. And I was taking them with her and shit. But I was always, I'm a person that's like, we're gonna do a little bit, but we're not gonna take it that far. I don't care if the whole
always crowd, do more, but you can never do less.
Right. The whole crowd is gonna tell you, you only took half. I'm like, I'm breaking this shit in half and taking it. Some people want to show other people how much they could take. And that fucks you up in the long run.
See, I'm broke. I needed to hold my shit as long as possible. I need to just do enough to be not sick.
Right. So yeah, my friend, she was actually taking them shits. Like she'll open up the bottle, open that shit up, and she wouldn't even count. She would just take them like 2, 3, 4, whatever, crunch them up. And whatever. So it was like, oh shit, I'll try to tell her chill out. By the end of it, she's like, I can't, the pills ain't doing nothing for me no more. I'm about to go take some heroin. So she got into that to the point that she passed away about 4 years ago.
I'm sorry, dog.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got a song, Goodbye Fly. I've lost so many people to this, but I got a song called Goodbye Fly, and it's about 2 people that in particular, like I walked down this path with them and then I lost touch with them. And now at the time I see like a mutual friend or I hear off the side, like, oh yeah, this person died. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, like you know what I'm saying? You never know when goodbye's gonna be. Like I completely just like threw them people away out of my life. No explanation, no nothing. Just stopped talking to them. And then I find out, you know what I'm saying? These are good friends of mine. It's rough, man. I lost so many. I've lost so many friends. So many of my friends' parents I've lost to it. It's crazy.
Right, and it's because Florida basically is like the only spot that is legal where you can just walk into any doctor and be like, my shit right here hurts. Get me something, and they'll be like, all right, Percocet, all right, Vicodin. You know what I mean? They'll take you off.
You go to an MRI place here to get your pills, and like you don't have to have nothing wrong. If you do your MRI, they say there's nothing wrong with you. You give them another $200. There's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so it's like that. Easy peasy, yeah.
Because it's so easy. They ain't got. There's like no repercussions for them to even write the script. So they're like, all right.
What it is that the drug companies pay the doctors to prescribe them. So that it's like, we'll give you this much money. Make sure you get this shit to everybody. And
right,
so
but
they're getting paid from both ends, so of course they're gonna do it.
Right, exactly. But most states, most areas would not allow that. It'd be like if you're just writing off scripts every day, just giving somebody else some painkillers, then that'll draw a red flag. But in Florida, it wasn't really drawing a red flag. I even seen a documentary where cats went down to Florida from Ohio, Pennsylvania,
I seen the
wherever.
same one. I seen the same about the highway, the Oxy Highway or some shit. Yep, I
Right.
seen it.
Just coming straight down, 5, 6 deep with a bunch of different girls from out of state, just getting prescribed a bunch of pills, coming back with them shits to sell them.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's crazy. That's crazy. And it's crazy that Florida still has weed illegal. Do you think that has something to do
No,
with the fact that they're trying to
it's
sell
legal
pills or
here.
what?
It's legal here, but only medically. But it's the
Ah,
same thing. It's the same thing with the pills. You go to the doctor, you tell them anything. You just tell them straight, like, yo, I want my card, and you get them $130, and it's $70 to get your card from the place. And once you got that, I mean, like right behind my house, I'm sitting on my back porch right now, right, like I'm looking at it. There's a dispensary.
okay.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we
Because
got it.
I was out there about a month or maybe 2 months ago now. 2 months ago,
It was legal
and
then.
and I mean I was still smoking weed in the parking lot of the hotel and shit, but I was looking over my shoulder like I don't know. It's just kind of
Yeah,
like
and
you know what I mean?
also the cops will tell you if you get stopped with it and you ain't got your card, just tell them it's hash because hash is one. I mean, not hash, some hemp. Tell them it's hemp because hemp is 100% legal here. And if you tell them
Ah,
that, they have no way to test it on the spot. You know what I'm saying? So they have
okay.
to let you go. They cannot fight it because by the time court comes up for that shit, that shit's gone. They
No
can't
doubt.
take it from you because it's hemp. It's legal. They cannot take it, so they can't hold it for evidence. So by the
No
time
doubt.
court comes up, you know what I mean? So it ain't like you can't really get caught for it here unless you get caught selling it. And they ain't really busting people like that no more. Like I don't have my card. I still buy my shit off the street just because my dog does it and I'm trying to, what I'm saying, help him feed his kid and shit. So I just buy it, you know what I'm saying? But it
Right,
ain't nothing
right.
to get
I
caught
mean,
with it no more.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I kind of do the same too. I buy it off the street, but I do have a dispensary like right
Yeah,
around the corner. Like
yeah.
it's
I like to
right
go
around
get
the fucking
carts.
corner.
I'll go get carts every now and again too,
I
because I
get
like
I
that
get
shit.
edibles. I fuck with some edibles. I get
Yeah,
some hot sour patches or some shit.
that's what's
Some
up. Hell
sour
yeah.
peaches or whatever. But anyway, let's shift gears here a little bit. I seen you dropping a lot of music. I want to talk about your music and shit. Do you have any shows lined up? I see you dropping music. Is there shows? How is the
Uh,
underground scene where you at? Is it
so
big over there or what?
I got a 20-year career out here of dropping music. When I started, it wasn't shit for hip hop out here. It was all like a punk and rock crowd and stuff like that. And I used to go to the shows and all that, but I wasn't really performing. They didn't want to hear hip hop. Now it's starting to get more hip hop friendly. So I did a show at a cigar bar not that long ago. Well, HTFO did and all that. And I got one coming up October 2nd locally at a bar called the Back Room. But it's just a little. I'm only doing a couple tracks and that's it. But anybody local watching this, go check it out October 2nd. But other than that, like I haven't COVID hit, and that kind of fucked me up because I was going to be playing Gathering of the Juggalos last year, and it got pushed to
Right.
next year. And so like now when you say it's next year, and I still ain't signed the paper, like I don't even know. But I'm supposed to play the Gathering of the Juggalos, which would be
Right.
dope. Before that, I ain't the last little kind of mini tour I did was just through the Midwest, and this was in 2015. And then I went to prison after that. I came out, COVID hit, and so shows have been kind of dead lately, but they're picking up now again. Like I said, October
No
2nd, I
doubt.
got one, and
No
but
doubt.
for music releasing, like music doesn't stop coming out because I got so many projects going. And since 2019, I've been doing a project with my dude Sick, Yak and Six Midnight Spook Show. We have 1, 2, and 3 out, and then we did the Spook Show collection, which is 2 and 3 plus some other songs together.
Yeah.
And now we're working on Yak and Six Midnight Spook Show 4, Spook Lab 2021, The Return of Jafar, and that's the name of the
Okay.
album. And to me,
No.
that's a dope ass album name. But
No doubt.
then I'm a year behind. I got my LP, my solo LP is actually been a year delayed, and it's coming out soon. Like I said, I was waiting on verses and stuff from people, and doing little touch ups, and that's called Glasgow Smile, and that'll be coming out. I'm looking at a Halloween release, and
No doubt.
HTFO just dropped an album, so now you can get
Hold
the
on. Who's HTFO? Is that like your group that you do music with?
so that's brand new. my dog that I was telling you about, you know, he in the rehab and shit. He
Yeah.
Me and him, he just when I came out of prison this time, he was like, look, I want to do this music with you. Let's do this. So I was like, all right, let's try it. This is his first time rapping, first time writing lyrics, and came out and it was pretty dope. So we called our group HTFO, which stands for Hanging the Fuck Out, because that's what we doing. We're just hanging out making music.
No
And
doubt. No doubt.
so we put out, now we got plans though. We put out this little mixtape EP type thing, 12 tracks, was called FAMO, stands for Forever Among My Outlaws. And but that's just a little EP. Now we're working on an LP as soon as he comes back from getting better. That's called Paper Airplanes, which means joints. And then we're gonna do the sequel album called Glass Spaceships, which is bongs. And
No
so
doubt.
we got
Okay.
that plan. So that's why I got music coming out nonstop, because I got all these projects. Oh, me and my manager got a project that we're working on called New Gods. And you know what I'm saying? So we got stuff for that. And then I got another project with my dog Pharaoh, and that's called Inverted Pyramids. And we're gonna do an album called Architects of Raw. And that's, you know, so I got music for days.
So you're just working, huh?
Yeah.
Just working.
I work a 36-hour day schedule. So I work on music for 36 hours straight. You know, I got it blocked up to where my levels of awake and alertness is. So if I'm doing something like this, that's that middle chunk where I'm awake, I'm alert, I'm on. But in the beginning, at the end, I'm just doing stuff like, you know, business side stuff. But so I work 36 hours, I take 12 off, I work 36 hours again.
Right. Keeping your head down, just working. I feel you, man. So how is the promo shit going for you? Because I seen a post on your on Instagram and shit that you're like, this is my fan, this is my main fan, and it was like 6 tablets, like 3 tablets and 3 phones or some shit, right?
Yep. So there's
but
actually
go ahead. Tell me about it.
There's 8 total. So all right, you know what Bitcoins are, and you know the concept of Bitcoin mining, right? Well, what I do is I stream mine. And the hardest thing I've ever done in music is get my friends to listen to my shit and like click subscribe and, you know what I'm saying, free shit. I'm not even asking for money. You know what I'm saying? You go to sleep at night, you don't even like my shit, just play my motherfucking playlist on silent.
Yo, Yak, why is it so hard for people to just like your shit, subscribe real quick, and fuck with you? Why do you think it's so hard? Why do you think it's so hard for people?
It's easy if they don't know you. Like my biggest fans I've never met in my life, but they my big, like I fucks with them now because they're big supporters. But people I came up with, the same people that was like, oh, listen to my dog rap, he dope as fuck. It's like, oh, you the best rapper I ever heard. I love your shit. These same people ain't even subscribed to my YouTube yet. I can't call it, man. Like I don't, like they're supposed to be my dog and shit.
I'll tell you this, Yak. I'll tell you this straight up, man. It's like if people know you, people tend to compare themselves with you. So if somebody knows me and say if they're even if they're not doing music, they could just be working at a job, but you doing music and you starting to get a little clout, you starting to get a little, you know, a little notoriety, and they don't like that shit because it makes them insecure about their life and their decisions. Like, wait a minute, I'm not going to support you to do your thing and you blow up and I ain't shit.
Yeah, what you mean coming to your restaurant? You got me fucked up. Listen to our music.
Right.
Exactly it.
Right. I mean, if you had a restaurant, they'll come into your restaurant and they'll be the same one. Yo, what's up with that free meal? Let's get that free meal popping, dog. What's up?
Every time I come out with an album, they're like, yo, send me the album. You know what I'm saying? Like, send me my $20. What you mean send you the album? What you mean get you a free shirt? You know what I'm saying? Like, I give you a discount code. How about that?
Right. But it's like, for them, it's like, I mean, for you and for us, it's like, yo, just show some support. If you want to support, here it is. You can support. But don't make me give you something for free that costs me money so you could just walk around and be acting like you supported somebody.
I fucked myself, though, because, like, now, like I said, I got 20 years of releasing music. My first album came out in 2001. I put out 4 albums that I charged for. You know what I'm saying? Right. I got 24 albums, and I put out 4 that I charged money for, and that fucked me up because they think everything's free now. They think and I gave out a bunch of T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, like
I did that shit too, man. I gave out plenty of free shit for a while, you know, or not even free, but discounted. Like, all right, you can get it at the price that I paid for it. If I got here, give me $7 because it cost me $7 to, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, oh, I came out with this EP. I had to buy a bunch of CDs to burn it. Give me $3. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that. But so
yeah,
now,
so how do you feel? Hold on, let me ask you, how do you feel about stream farms? Because like you talked about, you know, I talked about the fact that you had like
that's a little extra.
It was like 8 things, right? Where you're trying to get some plays under your belt, just so people can understand that you're serious about your shit, right?
Yeah, but stream farms are a little extra. I'd rather have organic shit and all. Like I said, like my friends won't listen to my shit. Well, these are my friends. All right, that's my friends bumping my shit to me. That's why there's a few of them. I could get a whole fucking wall full of them bitches, but like I want organic, real. It's not necessarily about making the money and getting the fucking view count. It's about, you know what I'm saying, getting
your shit heard.
Yeah,
getting your shit heard. Yeah, right? Because if you have like less than 1,000 on your shit, people are gonna take you less serious. If people don't know who you are, they're gonna take you less serious. If their friend don't know you, they might like your shit and go to their friend and be like, "Yo, his shit hard," and then they'll look at your numbers and be like, "He only got 400 plays on that song. I'm not listening to that." Like, what is it with people that is it because of social media that people are so fixated on the numbers and the likes and how many comments you got?
You got to be like justified by a bigger artist, you know, like he's got to, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Like you're talking about getting co-signed. Yeah,
like if you got a co-sign, like
you got to get somebody that they already see. And but it like I said, like my inbox is full of fans. I don't know these people, but you know what I'm saying? I got them. Like, and then even around here too, like we ordered Chinese food one time. There's a video on YouTube where Finesse was talking about that shit. And he was like, yeah, the Chinese man came. He's like, oh, you guys are HCFO. I love your shit. And just the other day, I got stopped at 7-Eleven. Someone's like, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But people I know don't, like, they don't want to hear that shit. They don't click a link. They won't hit subscribe, you know?
Right.
I can't call it, but
I feel you, man. So
my
what do
shows
you
are
think?
Always packed. You know what I'm saying? My shows are always packed, but like I give out free tickets to people that don't show up.
That always happens, man. That's always gonna happen, man. Especially if it's free. If you're giving out free tickets, Yak, what's gonna happen is people are not gonna really feel obligated to go. If they had to pay for the ticket, then they're emotionally invested in some type of way, so they're gonna pop up. What do you think is the hardest thing about being an underground artist today?
All right, so I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna go back. When I came in 2001 and shit, and was releasing albums, and it was actually, people would think that it'd be much harder because it didn't have all the internet, but it was actually much easier, especially localized, to get a big noise going, because you're handing out your people couldn't do that shit, like hand out their, you know, every third person you see is standing on the corner going rap with you, but not many people are doing it, doing shows, handing out albums and shit. So it was easier then. Now you get lost. Everything is online. You know, you can't do nothing without that presence. I fell behind. I'm an old head. But,
right. So what you're saying is
you get lost in the sea of like everybody's able to, everybody's able to push it out. So like you're just another fucking voice screaming in the void and shit, and just trying to get somebody to hear you, trying to get enough people to hear you, or people look your way. And it's actually harder now.
Right. Because what you're saying is like, because I know for myself, I know from my own experience, like, let me see if I could take it back, what year that was, 2006, 2007. I was putting out a mixtape. I was doing shows in my local hood and shit, in my local area. I had flyers that was everywhere, every bus stop, every fucking light rail stop, train stop, whatever. I had flyers, those up. So people started to get to know me, and they cared to know me because internet wasn't really popping like that. We had MySpace, but it wasn't really going crazy.
Well, I mean, look, I kind of hit on MySpace for a while there, but like
so did I.
I actually lost tracks to MySpace because I don't have, you know what I'm saying? Life happens and I just lose shit. Everything was physical then. You know what I'm saying? Physical CDs are my shit. And I had shit on MySpace that like I couldn't let them get me to download it, trying to prove that it was my shit. Because if you read the fine print, it wasn't my shit. They owned it now. But I couldn't get it back, and now it's lost forever. And it was some dope. I mean, nowadays I wouldn't want to put that shit out anyways. But at the time, it was some dope shit.
Right. But what I was saying was more or less because of the fact that people weren't always online, and it wasn't like it wasn't like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, like where your numbers gotta be this much so I can fuck with you. Mm-hmm. People were still fucking with people that were in the hood. It was a lot easier to just come to get a new fan, just going outside, promoting, giving out a flyer, giving out a CD or whatever. Yeah. It was easier to get a new fan.
Yep.
Nowadays, they say it's easy, but really what they mean is it's easy if you have the money to dump into this.
To advertising. That's not even promotion and networking. You got to advertise. And look, I put it like this too. When they say paying dues, they ain't talking about putting in time and doing legwork. It's literally paying. You got to pay money. You got to invest in yourself. And that's what paying dues is. You know, there's two ways up the mountain. You know what I'm saying? A label could come pick you up, take you up to the mountain, but you ain't built to stand up there. So usually you fall off when that happens. But if you just walk your ass up that mountain step by step, it'll take a long time. It's a hard ass grind, but you will get up there. You step by step, eventually you get, and now you know how to stay up there. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely, man. So what's the future goal for your career? Like, are you looking to be signed by any label? Are you looking to be signed by Strange or Magic Ninjas or Psychopathic Records or
I would do
Rhyme Sayers or hold on, I got one more. Fuck, I fucked up. Go ahead. I said Strange. What's Cottonmouth King's label?
Suburban Noise.
Suburban Noise. Are you looking? You're not looking to get signed by any of them, and why?
I would do a short-term deal with them as long as ownership transferred back to me at the end of it. I've turned down Def Jam and Columbia each twice now, and I have somebody that works as a subsidiary to Shady. So Shady's subsidiary of Interscope, and this is something that is like below them, I guess. And they want to buy the content of my not me as an artist. They want to buy the content of my catalog backwards from the date that I signed a contract in perpetuity, and like hell no, I'm not doing that. No, $6 million, I would do it.
Hold on, all of them want to do that, or
no. Def Jam and Columbia, we're trying to sign, but a 360 deal. I'm not like even if I was looking for a label, I don't want a 360. Hell no. Like no. Okay.
So for the people, hold on. So the people that don't label, hold on. Killa Yak, let me just explain what a 360 deal is for the people that don't know. The people that don't know, a 360 deal is when they sign you as an artist, but they want pieces of your publishing, they want pieces of your album
all
sales,
of it unless you make it back.
They want all of it unless you make it back. They want every part, and it might be like.
I want shows. I want all the shows. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing that work. You got the album. You know what I'm saying? I want the stuff, and that's why the 360 ain't good.
That's what fucks you up. What I see about a 360, what would be good is if you negotiate a deal to make sure that you get that proper exposure. You can't get 360 out of me if you're not gonna put me, like if I'm signing Strange. You're not gonna put me on Tech's next 2 tours. I want to be on his next 2 tours.
Shows with Tech. I did shows with Tech, but just at the spot. I didn't tour with, you know what I'm saying? Like
but like 2 tours with him, 2 tours with him around the US, around the world. All right, now maybe I'll be popping because I got in front of enough of an audience.
2 tours and a heavily promoted album. You know what I'm saying? That's what 2 tours and a heavily promoted album. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like give me Chris Calico's. You know what I'm saying? Give me his
the problem with this shit nowadays, man, is that a lot of these labels, they set up where like this is our main artist, our main artist right here. All these other artists, they can grind and they can do their thing, right? They can grind and do their thing, but we ain't gonna put any attention on them. We're gonna put like a little splats of attention on them, but the main artists, we're gonna kill the game for them. And you already know all these indie artists, all these indie labels or underground labels, they already have their main artists. They're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
budge. They're not gonna budge.
And
So
then
you going on
same
there?
thing with Def Jam and Columbia hit me up. Like the closest I
Excuse
was
me.
to doing Def Jam, but they wouldn't give up rights after I let. You know what I'm saying? They wanted rights to perpetuity for everything I do with them, and they wanted the album Glasgow Smile. This album I'm working on. They only liked one song, and it's the song I got the most plays on Spotify, Enemy. And like that was the whole reason. And they just wanted the album that was on. They wanted all that shit. They wanted to own that shit and kick me to the curb. I already knew, like, because we were talking and shit. They weren't gonna do fucking hardly anything for promotion and shit. So like, why would no?
So what do you think?
I call my own label, and it's an independent label, but it's real LLC. I'm not gonna give all that up to go do this shit. It will give me exposure, but at the end of it, I'm gonna owe them $1, and I'd rather own my pennies.
No doubt. What do you think that they were trying to do with the songs that they bought from you? If they bought those songs, but they're not trying to fuck with you. They wanted the songs. Why did they want the songs? Did they want the songs to try to give it to somebody else and try to get them to fuck with the songs?
Who knows? I mean, they could have done it. They could even put me out, or whatever, but who knows? It was in perpetuity that fucked with me though. Like I'm not like, yeah, okay, I'm doing this for my money too. But when I go, there's got to be something, because a song you're getting royalties on, it's not royalties as long as you live. It's royalties as long as that song's out. So somebody will get that, and it's about making sure that the next person after me gets some shit,
Yeah, absolutely. So, I seen some shit on your IG, man. You look like you're working on a comic book. You working on some type of comic book, my guy? And
well,
why?
I've always been.
Hold on. And why are you why are you trying to do a comic book? And what made you go that route? What is it about a comic book that you want to get into?
So actually, this is all stuff I used to do in high school. So this comic book has got a few different things in it and shit. And the first thing I started was these little 1-page things I draw up with a marker, and I draw up a whole bunch of them and sell them for like $1. And it's a 1-page thing. People pay $1 for them. I couldn't believe it, but it was the Adventures of Stick and Dog, and it's just a comic about a stick figure and a stick dog, and every comic, Stick dies in some way, and the dog's an asshole, and it's just a little funny joke thing. And then I came up with another character that was a whole big long thing named Biscuits, and he's got a brother Gravy, and Biscuits' best friend was a cupcake named Senior Captain Cupcake, and Gravy ate the cupcake and made Biscuits go crazy. Now he's a serial killer, and he breaks out of the mental hospital and goes back to his house, but another family moved in there, and there's a little boy that sleeps in where his room used to be. So he fucks with the little boy and he wants to kill him, but the little boy has a teddy bear, and Biscuits thinks the teddy bear is God, and God won't let him do it. So he just keeps fucking with the kid, and he lives in the closet. When he goes in the closet, he sees a big, huge cave and shit, and that's where he lives. But if anybody else goes, it's just a fucking closet. But he's crazy and shit. Now that's the whole point of comic books. So I did this back in high school. So I go to jail and I'm waiting to go to prison. I had this big ass sketch pad and shit like that. So I started making the comic book again, just and doing it up, just redoing it. And I get out of prison. I lose the pages to this chick, this psycho chick that I was fucking with for a while. And I don't know what the fuck she did with them, but that shit's gone. But I had pictures of them. So now I'm making digital copy of that comic book. And you know what I'm saying? But, hey, I'm not looking to do a comic book I'm not looking to make that my career, but like shit, maybe I could sell the concept.
Right. Absolutely. And even so, like you could possibly use that type of comic ability to do comics to promote your music.
And it helps with my own because this is something I also do for money too. And like I'm gonna do a video on YouTube eventually about how an artist with like 0 to very few fans can start making money in the business in some way from the jump. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to just wait on royalties. Like don't wait on money to come to you. Go get it. There's a difference between somebody that can make money and somebody that can get money. Mm-hmm. And so you got to go get it. But yeah, so like I do logos for people, just the ability to draw and everything. I do commissions for people. A lot of fucking random ass chicks hit me up and want me to draw fucking their nude pics. And like that blows my mind. I get the most money from that, actually.
No doubt, man. So here's the last question. You told me before we even went on air here, about vaccines, that you just got the second vaccine. And I had a
Yeah.
question here of how you feel about vaccination mandates. So how do you feel about that?
Mandates is a little, I don't, that's a loaded question because, like, do I think people should get vaccinated? Fuck yes. Do I think
Okay.
the government should go to somebody and make them do that shit? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
yeah, go get fucking vaccinated. Stop being stupid. Like all that shit. That's dumb shit. Like, I mean, like
You
it's
you
obvious.
think
The
it's
proof is
dumb.
there. The
You
proof
think
is
it's dumb.
there. The proof is there that it works. The proof is there that it works. But that's how I feel about it. I'm not in the
Okay.
business of changing anybody's mind. I don't want to change your opinion. So that's how I feel. But if somebody else feels like, no, it's this and that, whatever they feel like I might voice my opinion, but my goal is never to change yours. I'm happy you have your opinion. I don't think anybody should force you to do any of that fuck shit. So I'm not religious. I'm atheist. But I ain't mad at a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to change your mind. That's what you got. It makes you feel
Right.
good. Hell yeah, I'm happy you have it.
Right, right. No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, because it's like right now with all the, especially with like venues, like performing. They even got like Nicki Minaj, the White Castle, the White House. I should call it the White Castle. The White
Yes.
House fucking is more like a White Castle, but
I miss White Castle shit.
you haven't had a White Castle in a minute. They got one in Orlando or Tampa, in
No, that's a
Orlando. I feel
Crystal
like.
Burger. That's a Crystal Burger. That ain't the same.
No, they got one. I think there's one in Orlando because when I was in Orlando last like 2 months ago, I had
Yeah,
people that came around that was like, we got to go back to the White Castle. They came
I
from
used to
Tampa
perform there at
to
Club Firestone all
Orlando.
the time. I never seen one. Damn, man. I mean,
But
you know what I'm
anyway,
saying?
hold on. Well, anyway, like the White House is calling up Nicki Minaj because she put up some tweets or some shit. She said that one of her cousins or some shit had extra balls because he took the vaccine or whatever, right?
All this shit.
Hey man,
I think it's a three.
We don't know. It might not look. It might work for you. It might not work for a brown black man. Like the brown and black people, we scared. We like that might be exterminating us. We don't want that shit. That's why we scared because we don't trust the government. Like,
That's
how can you
hey.
trust the government?
All right. So, like I said, I don't personally believe that's the case, but I'm willing to accept that, man. I could be wrong, and if I am, that's some fuck shit, and I can understand all the reason in the world why. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck yeah,
Absolutely.
dude. Maybe don't trust it. Maybe don't trust me. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean you took it. You good. You told me that you took it, and the second
I was
shot
fucked
kind
up
of
for like 2 days.
fucked you up for 2 days and shit.
The first
And
one I was fine, but the second
some of
one,
the
like,
science they got out there, and some of the people are like, um, the vaccination takes away your natural immunity to the virus if you already got COVID, right? So that's why some people didn't have COVID, but then they got the vax, and then they ended up having it afterwards or whatever. Then
kind of.
there's,
I kind of
you
felt
know,
like I
and
had it for 2 days. Those 2 days, I was
you
like, these
got it.
motherfuckers gave it to me. But and I'm fine. Like today, I'm 100% fine. Like I'm tired as fuck, but I'm fine.
But you also got people like Joe Rogan who didn't get vaccinated, and he threw a bunch of shit at it, and then now the media is making it a big fucking deal. Like, oh, he took a bunch of shit that wasn't the vaccine. What's wrong with him? You know what I mean? And
Yeah, but
he's
all that
fine.
shit is.
He's good.
Hey, go that route. I'm okay with
You
that
know,
route too.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. You got your own, you got your own reasons and your own beliefs and shit.
Yeah. Well,
Why you took it and why you
I also like help take care of my mama who is not well.
sick
You
as
know what I'm
well,
saying?
right?
So
Right.
like
I'm
I'm not trying to have that shit and then, like bring her food and shit.
I
You know what I'm saying?
understand. I understand because I'm not around my mom. I'm like 3 states away from my mom. My mom is around my brother, and even my brother hit me up like, "Yo, I'm about to go get that shit because I just want to make sure." Because my mom has lupus and she has a few other things. So I
Yeah.
understand if you're around people that are sick, that you
Because
might
it's
want to be
real.
like,
I've known people that
right.
died too. It's a real
COVID,
disease. You know, it's not something to be played
it's a
with.
real
Either
thing.
way,
It's a real
yeah.
thing, but it's all going on conditions. And also some of these vaccines go against conditions that people already have. Like if they're already sick, then they're going to take a vaccine, they might get more sick and they might pass away. So some
Hey,
people are scared. That's why vaccine mandates shouldn't
I
be a
don't.
thing. You know what I
I
mean?
agree with that. I agree with that. And it's a lot like weeds. Weed ain't meant for everybody. It's a miracle thing to me, but somebody else it ain't right for. Like they ain't right with it. So
Right, that
the
freaks the
same
fuck
shit.
out.
Like everybody different. People not my. So
Right,
I don't agree with no mandates. I
right,
got it. I feel like for most people it does work. People should get it. If they decide not to, though, cool. I have no
right.
problem with that.
Absolutely. It's to each his own. It should be to each
Mm-hmm.
his own. It shouldn't be mandated. It shouldn't be forced down anybody's
I don't
throats.
know.
Yo, Killa Yak, man, I appreciate you, man. I
I
appreciate you coming
appreciate
through,
you.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. I'm gonna close this out for everybody. Thanks everybody that stopped by, everybody that came through now and is gonna come through later, everybody that left a little comment and shit. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for your
Mm-hmm.
time and attention. Thanks for all the donators. Thanks for
Yeah.
everybody that's sharing this shit, passing it, liking
Much
it,
love.
commenting, whatever it is.
Please hit up my YouTube and Spotify or whatever. You can search
Killa
Killa Yak.
Yak.
I'll come
Hold
up.
on, Killa Yak, man. I got you. Where can they find Killa Yak? You let them know where they can find you.
All right. So youtube.com/Killa Yak, all one word. You find it there. I'm on Spotify. Just search Killa Yak. I'm on all the streaming music services, and I'm pretty much everywhere you can find me. Just Google Killa Yak. I'll be the first thing that pops up. You know what I'm saying? They call me South Florida's most unique lyricist and shit. So
No
definitely check
doubt.
it out.
No doubt.
I got samples of my whole 20-year catalog up, so you can hear my very first horribly recorded fucking young ass kid shit all the way up to my new shit. The new album Glasgow Smile will be coming out hopefully around Halloween. Get that shit. I got a merch store. I got a website. You can find it all.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. All right. I love everybody that came through. Thanks,
Thank
Killa
you.
Yak, man. This is Killa Yak.
Much
This is
love,
Shamanic
Famo.
Poe, aka Poe and the Rockstar. It's the Street Shaman Podcast, and we out of here, motherfucker.
Sure.